This video did not exist in your universe until you directed your focused attention toward it. You pulled this specific transmission out of the infinite field of possibilities because you are seeking an answer to something you feel deep inside your physical body. Today we are going deep into the true nature of the observer effect, the quantum field, and the profound energetic centers within your own physical vessel. By the end of our time together, you will fully understand your true, unyielding power as the ultimate creator of your reality, and you will never view a physical sensation the same way again. Tell me, have you ever felt that sudden, rushing feeling of butterflies in your stomach, completely out of nowhere, and wondered if it was a sign of something much bigger? To understand what is truly happening within you, we must first look at the invisible architecture of our universe. In the esoteric tradition of quantum mechanics, reality is not a fixed, solid, unchanging room that you are just walking through. It is a shimmering, infinite ocean of probability waves. Every possible version of your life, every timeline, every outcome already exists in this quantum field as pure potential energy. But potential energy requires a catalyst to become physical matter. It requires an observer. Observation is not a passive act of just looking at something with your physical eyes. Observation is an intensely active, deeply magnetic process where your consciousness forces the quantum field to choose one single reality and make it dense. You are constantly collapsing waves into particles, but until now, you may not have realized that your physical body is the very instrument doing the collapsing. Have you ever noticed how society has conditioned us to label every intense internal sensation as something negative? They call it anxiety. They call it nervousness. They tell you to take a deep breath, calm down, and make the feeling go away. But what if I told you that this is the greatest deception of our modern three-dimensional world? That sudden, inexplicable fluttering in your stomach, that rush of energy that makes your core vibrate, is not a malfunction of your nervous system. It is a highly sophisticated, biological and spiritual mechanism kicking into gear. You are experiencing the tangible, physical friction of your consciousness interacting with a brand new probability wave. In the realm of the unseen, your energy body is constantly scanning the infinite quantum field. When you suddenly feel those butterflies out of absolutely nowhere, it means your energetic radar has just locked onto a frequency that perfectly matches your deepest, most profound desires. It is the exact moment your localized awareness brushes up against a parallel timeline. Your physical body, which is denser and slower than your spirit, is simply trying to process this massive influx of high-frequency data. Do not push it away. Do not fear it. You are feeling the raw, unedited power of your own potential bleeding into your current reality. This is the universe knocking on the door of your physical vessel. Let us explore the specific location of this phenomenon. The sensation does not happen in your head, and it does not happen in your toes. It happens exactly in your solar plexus. In ancient metaphysical traditions, this area is known as the Manipura chakra. It is a spinning vortex of bright yellow energy located just above your navel. But we must move beyond the ancient metaphors and understand this from a quantum perspective. Your solar plexus is the literal antenna of your consciousness. It is the central processing unit where the non-physical realm of thoughts and probabilities interfaces with the dense, biological reality of your physical body. When the quantum field offers you a new timeline, it does not send you an email or a text message. It sends an electromagnetic pulse directly into your solar plexus. That fluttering feeling is the chakra physically spinning at a higher velocity to match the vibration of the new reality. Most human beings live their entire lives with a dormant solar plexus, operating only on the low frequencies of survival and routine. But you are waking up. Your antenna is receiving signals from the cosmos. The butterflies are the mechanical whirring of your energetic engine, revving up to propel you across the quantum leap you have been asking for. Here is where the famous observer effect comes into play within your own biology. Science tells us that a quantum particle remains in a state of infinite potential until it is observed. The moment consciousness interacts with it, it collapses into a single, fixed point in space and time. Now, apply this immense truth to your internal state. When you feel the activation in your solar plexus, the timeline is still in a state of superposition. It is hovering right on the edge of your reality, waiting for your instruction. How you observe that feeling determines what reality collapses. If you observe the butterflies and label them as fear, anxiety, or dread, your consciousness sends a signal of contraction into the quantum field. The field obeys immediately, collapsing a reality that matches your fear, creating obstacles and delays. But if you observe that exact same physical sensation as excitement, as power, as the activation of a higher timeline, the wave function collapses in a completely different way. You become a master alchemist of your own biology. By simply changing the lens through which you view the sensation, you command the field to manifest the miraculous. You are the observer, and the energy in your stomach is the raw clay of the universe waiting for your divine command. Think about the times in your life when you experienced profound synchronicity. Perhaps you ran into someone exactly when you needed them, or an opportunity arrived at the absolute perfect moment. I guarantee that if you look back, right before that synchronistic event occurred, you felt a shift in your core. Synchronicity is not a random coincidence orchestrated by a distant god. Synchronicity is the immediate feedback loop of the quantum field, confirming that you have successfully shifted timelines. When your solar plexus activates and you allow the energy to flow without resistance, you create a massive magnetic distortion in the field around you. You literally bend space and time to bring necessary elements into your physical proximity. The butterflies are the launch sequence, and the synchronicity is the successful landing. This is why you must pay extreme attention to your physical vessel. It knows about the impending miracles long before your analytical brain does. Your mind operates on past data, constantly analyzing history to predict the future. But your solar plexus operates outside of time. It feels the future as if it is happening right now. When it flutters, it is shouting to you that the reality you manifested is intersecting with your present moment. But what if I told you that there is a concept known as quantum friction? When you are accustomed to a certain level of income, a certain type of relationship, or a specific daily routine, your physical body gets addicted to the chemical signature of that reality. Even if you want a better life, your cells have memorized the old one. When you successfully use your consciousness to call in a grander timeline, that massive new energy must enter your old, conditioned biological vessel. The clash between the high-frequency future you are pulling in and the low-frequency past your body is holding onto creates friction. This friction is experienced as the intense, sometimes overwhelming sensation of butterflies in the stomach. It is the feeling of your old cellular programming being rewritten in real time. It is the shedding of a dense layer of reality. When you understand this, the sensation ceases to be intimidating. It becomes a badge of honor. It means you are actually doing the work. You are not just visualizing your dreams, you are physically embodying them. You are forcing the three-dimensional illusion to stretch and accommodate your vast, multi-dimensional nature. Many people ask how to tell the difference between the low-vibration feeling of genuine danger and the high-vibration feeling of a timeline shift. The key lies in the quality of the energy. The energy of danger or true fear is heavy, cold, and contracting. It makes you want to shrink, hide, and close off your chest. It pulls your energy downward into the root chakra. However, the quantum activation of the solar plexus feels distinctly different. It is light, warm, and expansive. Even if it makes you feel breathless for a moment, it pushes your energy upward toward your heart and your throat. It feels like standing on the edge of a diving board right before you jump into a beautiful ocean. It is the thrill of the unknown. Your nervous system is incredibly intelligent. The vagus nerve, which runs directly from your brain to your stomach, acts as a physical bridge to the quantum realm. It is interpreting the energetic data of the unseen world and translating it into a physical language you cannot ignore. By learning to discern the difference between contraction and expansion, you master the ability to navigate the multiverse. You learn to ride the wave of the butterflies directly into your highest destiny. You must understand that the future is not something you are walking toward. It is something that is actively pulling you forward. We are taught a linear model of time, where the past pushes us into the present and the present pushes us into the future. From a quantum metaphysical perspective, this is completely backwards. Your highest possible future self, the version of you who has already mastered reality, already possesses infinite wealth, and already experiences profound love, exists right now in the field. That future self is broadcasting a highly magnetic frequency backward through time. When you finally align your thoughts and emotions with that frequency, you feel a sudden magnetic pull. The butterflies in your stomach are the literal sensation of being reeled in by your future self. It is not a push from the past, it is a profound, undeniable pull from the future. Your solar plexus is the anchor point for this magnetic tether. When the feeling hits you, it means the connection has been made solid. You are being drawn across the probability space toward the exact destination you asked for. All you have to do is surrender to the pull and stop trying to paddle upstream against your own destiny. Conscious manifestation requires the full participation of the solar plexus. We hear so much about the power of positive thinking. People repeat affirmations thousands of times, hoping their words will somehow hack the universe. But thoughts alone are merely the electrical component of manifestation. They give direction, like pointing a compass. Emotion, specifically the visceral emotion generated in the core of your body, is the magnetic component. It is the force that actually draws the reality toward you. An electrical thought without a magnetic emotion is powerless in the quantum field. When you hold a clear vision of your new timeline in your mind and simultaneously allow your solar plexus to activate with that intense, fluttering excitement, you create a complete electromagnetic signature. You become an irresistible black hole to the reality you are calling in. The field has no choice but to collapse the wave function and deliver the physical equivalent of your internal state. You are not begging the universe for a favor, you are mathematically and scientifically commanding the field to rearrange itself around your new frequency. You might wonder what actually happens to your physical form as you continue to activate these new timelines. This is where the concept of biological recalibration comes into play. You are not just a piece of meat with a brain. You are a biological vessel capable of housing vast amounts of cosmic light. Every time you consciously embrace the butterflies and step into the unknown, you hold a higher frequency for a sustained period. This sustained frequency begins to interact directly with your physical structure. In esoteric teachings, it is understood that we have dormant strands of energetic structure waiting to be activated. By holding the intense vibration of the solar plexus activation without collapsing into fear, you are sending new instructions to your very blueprint. You are telling your body to upgrade its capacity to hold quantum energy. As this happens, your intuition becomes razor sharp. Your ability to manifest speeds up exponentially. What used to take years to create will suddenly appear in months, then weeks, then days. You are evolving from a passive victim of circumstance into an active, conscious architect of reality. But here is the trap where 99% of people fail. The moment the activation happens, the moment the timeline begins to shift, the analytical mind steps in. The ego, which is designed only to keep you safe and predictable, panics when it senses the unknown. It hates the feeling of the butterflies because it cannot control the outcome. The mind will immediately try to analyze the sensation, create a story about why you should be worried, and convince you to retreat to your comfort zone. If you listen to the analytical mind, you kill the quantum shift instantly. You collapse the wave function back into your old, boring reality. You must learn to bypass the analytical mind completely when the activation occurs. You must step into the void. The void is the space of absolute uncertainty where the old reality has dissolved and the new reality has not yet solidified. It feels completely ungrounded. But the void is the womb of creation. When the butterflies hit, you must take a deep breath, quiet the frantic chatter of your brain, and sink entirely into the feeling. Trust the intelligence of your solar plexus over the panic of your ego. As you become a vibrational match to a parallel, higher reality, the law of resonance dictates that your current environment must change. You cannot vibrate at a completely new frequency and expect everything around you to remain the same. This is why, shortly after you experience a major solar plexus activation, things in your life might suddenly fall apart or rapidly shift. Relationships that are anchored in your old frequency will simply fade away or abruptly end. Jobs that no longer serve your highest timeline will disappear. Do not mistake this necessary clearing for a failure or a curse. It is the absolute proof that the quantum field is responding to your new command. The universe must clear out the dense, low-vibrational debris to make physical space for the new reality to dock. If you try to hold on to the old while simultaneously calling in the new, you will tear your energy field apart with conflicting signals. Let it go. When the butterflies signal the arrival of the new timeline, bless everything that leaves your life. They were beautiful teachers in your old reality, but they cannot survive the atmospheric pressure of where you are going now. Have you ever experienced a sudden, intense wave of déjà vu? This phenomenon is intimately connected to the activation of the solar plexus and the shifting of timelines. Déjà vu is not a misfiring of your brain's memory center. It is a moment of profound multidimensional overlap. When you jump from one probability wave to another, there is a fraction of a second where your consciousness straddles two realities simultaneously. You are experiencing a moment that your future self has already lived in this new timeline, and your present self is just now catching up to it. The feeling of, "I have been here before," is absolutely true. The version of you operating at the higher frequency has already mapped out this exact coordinate in space and time. When déjà vu happens alongside the fluttering in your core, it is the ultimate confirmation that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. You have successfully navigated the infinite labyrinth of the quantum field and arrived at the precise coordinates of your manifestation. Acknowledge these moments. Speak out loud to the universe and say, "I recognize the shift. I accept this new reality." Now, let us discuss how to practically harness this immense feeling instead of just letting it happen to you. The next time you are sitting quietly, or perhaps walking outside, and you feel that sudden, unprovoked wave of butterflies in your stomach, stop whatever you are doing. Do not look at your phone. Do not distract yourself. Stand completely still or sit up completely straight. Put your hands directly over your solar plexus, right above your belly button. By placing your physical hands there, you direct your conscious attention to the center of the activation. Close your eyes and breathe deeply into that specific area. Instead of trying to calm the feeling down, silently give it permission to expand. Tell your body, "I am safe. I am ready to receive the new timeline." Expand the frequency. Visualize the energy spinning faster and brighter. Feel the physical sensation spreading from your stomach outward, filling your entire chest cavity. You are consciously anchoring the new quantum data into your physical cells. You are acting as the deliberate observer, locking the new reality into place. This practice transforms you from a leaf blowing in the wind of the universe into the wind itself. You must realize that the external world is nothing more than a delayed mirror reflecting your internal state. If you are constantly waiting for the outside world to give you a reason to feel excited, wealthy, or loved, you will wait forever. The mirror cannot smile until you smile first. The activation of your solar plexus is the spark that lights the fire in the mirror. When you master the art of holding the butterfly sensation, of observing it as pure, positive potential, you command the mirror to change its reflection. The dense physical matter of your life will begin to bend and warp to match the new frequency you are emitting. People will look at you differently. Opportunities will seem to fall directly into your lap out of thin air. But you will know the secret. You will know that none of it is magic, and none of it is luck. It is the highly precise mechanics of quantum physics applied through the lens of human consciousness. You are literally pulling the strings of the holographic universe. There is a deep cosmic joke that we only discover when we awaken to this level of awareness. For lifetimes, we have searched for gurus, external saviors, and hidden temples to give us the power to change our lives. We have looked up at the stars and prayed to distant forces for a miracle. The profound revelation is that the central command station for the entire universe has been located right inside your physical body all along. The energy center in your gut is a stargate. It is a portal that connects the finite realm of your daily life with the infinite expanse of the quantum field. The butterflies are the sound of the portal opening. Every time you feel it, the universe is offering you a blank check. It is asking, which reality would you like to experience next? When you fully comprehend this, all victimhood completely dissolves. You can no longer blame your circumstances, your past, or the economy for your current reality. You realize that you have always been the sole architect. The only difference is that now you are building with your eyes wide open, fully aware of the tools at your disposal. It is vital to understand the role of resistance in this process. Resistance is the only thing that causes true suffering. When the solar plexus activates and the new timeline attempts to dock, if you resist it out of fear of change, you create energetic blockages in your physical body. The high-frequency energy still enters your system, but because you are clamping down on it, it has nowhere to flow. This trapped quantum energy is what eventually manifests as physical illness, chronic fatigue, or deep depression. Depression is often just the suppression of a massive cosmic upgrade. You are pushing down the very energy that was meant to elevate you. The cure for this energetic stagnation is radical surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up. Surrender means dropping the resistance to your own magnificent expansion. It means saying yes to the butterflies. It means allowing the energy of the new timeline to completely wash away who you used to be. You must be willing to let the fire of the quantum field burn away the illusion of your limitations. Let it change you. Let it upgrade you. As we journey deeper into this understanding, we must acknowledge the collective impact of your personal activation. We are not isolated units of consciousness operating in a vacuum. The human race is deeply entangled at the quantum level. We share a unified field of awareness. When you consciously activate your solar plexus, master the observer effect, and step into a higher timeline, you do not just elevate yourself. You alter the mathematical average of the entire human collective. You become a living node of high-frequency light in a grid that is desperately trying to wake up. Just by walking into a room holding the frequency of your new timeline, you silently initiate the activation in the solar plexus of those around you. You give their consciousness permission to shift just by being in their proximity. This is the true meaning of being a light worker or a grid worker. It is not about preaching or trying to force people to change. It is about deeply honoring your own internal activations, riding the wave of the butterflies, and becoming a living, breathing testament to the power of quantum creation. The universe communicates through frequency, not human language. When you ask the universe for a new life, it responds by sending you a frequency package. This package contains all the data, all the synchronicities, and all the energetic coordinates required to manifest your desire. Your solar plexus is the physical hard drive that downloads this package. The fluttering sensation is the download in progress. If you interrupt the download by panicking or distracting yourself, the installation fails. But if you sit with it, breathe through it, and observe it with a state of absolute awe and gratitude, the installation completes. Suddenly, you will find yourself possessing new thoughts that you did not have yesterday. You will have urges to take completely new actions. You will feel drawn to places you have never been. These are not random impulses. These are the unpacked instructions from the higher timeline. Follow them without hesitation. The logic of the three-dimensional world will rarely make sense of the instructions given by the quantum field. Your job is not to analyze the path. Your job is to walk it with absolute trust in the internal compass. We are standing on the precipice of a massive shift in human evolution. The veil between the physical world and the energetic reality is thinning every single day. More and more people are experiencing these sudden bodily sensations, these intense activations, and they are desperately searching for answers. They are being told to numb the feeling, to suppress the butterflies, to go back to sleep. But you are here, listening to this transmission, because you chose to wake up. You chose to understand the mechanics of your own divinity. You are realizing that the physical body is the ultimate technology. It is a biological supercomputer designed to interface directly with the mind of God, with the infinite quantum field. Do not take this knowledge lightly. You have been given the keys to the kingdom. The power to create worlds is not hidden in a secret book. It is vibrating right now in the center of your stomach. The next time you feel it, I want you to smile. I want you to recognize the feeling for what it truly is. It is the raw, untamed power of your own consciousness shaping the fabric of reality. Remember this fundamental truth. You are not a physical being having a temporary spiritual experience. You are an infinite field of localized consciousness, an eternal observer, currently projecting itself into a biological avatar to experience the thrill of creation. The entire physical universe is bending and bowing to your vibrational commands. The butterflies in your stomach are simply the echo of your own immense power, bouncing back to you from the edges of the multiverse. Embrace the sensation, master the energy, collapse the wave of pure potential into the beautiful, tangible reality you deserve. You are the architect, the observer, and the creator, all wrapped into one glorious physical form. The timeline you have been waiting for is no longer in the future. It is here, vibrating in your core, waiting for you to simply claim it. The ultimate truth is this: you are not living in reality. You are reality itself, observing its own creation. The butterflies in your stomach are the definitive proof that you are actively collapsing the quantum field into a brand new timeline. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the sovereign creator of your physical experience through the power of your observation. If this transmission resonated with the deepest part of your soul, I ask you to like this video to send a clear signal of alignment into the algorithm and into the field. Subscribe to the channel to continue unlocking the secrets of your quantum nature. And right now, to lock in and firmly anchor this new timeline, I want you to declare your power. Write in the comments, "I am the observer, creating my reality." Let this be your permanent energetic signature. Tell me, what synchronicities or sudden physical sensations have you been experiencing lately as you shift into your new life? Share your journey below, and until next time, trust the feeling and embrace your infinite potential.